Dad's turn, he was about modernising his country. And, it might be worth probing Dad as to what it is what he's comparing. Because I think somehow in his mind there's less corruption going on.
But Dad's never actually known in-depth anything about politics, international relations.
No, and that's why...
He just has an opinion.
He just has... And he's so sort of focused on and so you're not going to get that information out of Dad. Like in a way it's about Dad's limitations, really.
Dad's on the spectrum.
Right. Because it is all...
Tell me where.
I'm
Not
just
yet.
It is lots about, adventure. The sort of... What he thought, which it obviously was, that, this particular... It's all the kind of specifics of what actually went on, which I guess is what he knows about.
Well, it's also what he remembers. I mean, obviously, as in the position he was doing, he'd have to have an understanding to a certain extent of the politics that he was dealing in, but it's not. And he was writing reports, and you have to be aware of the context.
I think that my suspicion is that Dad was had a tin ear when it came to remember the first draft of his book, where he was in defaming people left, right, and centre. Remember, we had to cut out about 6 defamations.
Yeah, I mean, and don't forget,
And they're all bitchy. The geologists are all bitchy. They're a bitchy set. Oh my God.
His book was 40 years. He began writing it 40 years after the events. But at the time, he would have written all these reports. And see, John hoiked them all. It's like there was so much thrown away.
Oh, you're kidding me. I didn't know that.
Once things are done, you can't do anything. They're gone.
John threw away his geological reports?
Yeah.
Does he regret it?
I'm not even going to talk about it. No, of course John never regrets anything. But
why did he throw them away?
Well, he's a vandal.
They just have no sense of what might be valuable. And now, wouldn't it be great if you had the reports? They're probably in an archive somewhere. But
they're the basis for his.
They're gone.
Reports. He would have used those reports as a basis for what went up to the authorities.
Yeah, they're all gone. So
why are they gone?
Because John threw them out. Because they just
John's
have no concept of history or archives or the broader picture. So if I sound a bit kind of frustrated and emotional about this stuff, it's because we've kind of been dealing with
wholesale trashing of lots of things.
And this thing, the writing of Dad's book has become more about sustaining Dad, like keeping Dad alive, than really feeling it's a particularly valuable exercise. But
he's already written the book, but I don't think this book is really adding anything.
Well, no, Bronte actually found his stories fascinating.
We were doing the geology because we'd seen that it was a very good geology. It's good geology for getting copper and gold. This one and that one, the copper mine, we discovered both of those, so it's worth reading.
Yeah. So you just go, I haven't seen
They were major mines, and we discovered them.
I think she might have, I forget the sense here, she may have found part of, I think she found Stone's boring or whatever. What turned him on turned her off. He was very relieved to have got rid of the physical body. And I think she's just saying that she can now see that she's made a few mistakes. The times when she should have maybe spoken out or done something she didn't, because she thought she'd better to grin and bear it. Whereas now looking back on it, she realised it would be better if she hadn't grinned and bared it and Better if she'd said what she wanted to say. Was she a very particular housewife that liked to have everything clean and neat?
No, she's quite a bad housewife.
Oh, right. Well, I'm getting the opposite here then. I feel that she never really blossomed herself. That she never became all that she could have become herself. I think she looked after your grandfather quite well. And she had a few children, assumably, otherwise she wouldn't be a grandmother. But I'm not sort of getting numbers. I get a sense of 3, is that right?
No, 5.
5. But I feel there was a lot of sort of sadness or things that didn't work that she hid within herself about her marriage or about other things in her life. Like she wasn't a complainer. She would grin and bear it and get on with it. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
From what you know of her?
Yeah.
But I think there was a lot of hidden emotions within her, hidden pains. And did she sing? Did she have some music abilities?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of, because I get the sense here that
Oh, well...
that she might have been able to have had a career in music. Was she fairly fat?
No.
No, she wasn't.
Tell Rog about hard rock men and soft rock men.
John
Talk
Casey
to John
came.
Casey.
John Casey came and Dad and he bitched about soft rock men.
Soft rock men, or oil men.
Geologists are divided into the oil explorers and the geologists.
And you can just imagine the sort of hard and soft jokes, you know. So.
It's like any other collegiate profession where, like, surgeons and different specialties of surgeons.
So the soft rock men
each
are
other.
nowhere near as fantastic as hard rock men.
So the soft rock men were
Oil.
who? Oil.
All the BMR geologists, or well, the
Looking
ones
for
in
oil.
Dad's bunch were hard rock
And
men.
of course, if you're a hard
They-
rock man, you know, in masculinity, hard, of course.
Well, yeah, that's...
Twain, the
immediately
ne'er the
superior.
twain should meet.
And why were they called soft rock men? Because they had
Soft
to
oil
go...
is soft
Oil
to
is
rock.
soft.
Go left.
Oil is actually soft.
Ah.
90% of the surface of the Earth have been neglected by geologists until the very recent past. And that's because those rocks are at the bottom of the oceans, and the bottoms of the oceans have been inaccessible until very recently, until technology allowed drilling. And some of the unsung geological expeditions of present years take place over the oceans. There are drilling ships crisscrossing the Atlantic and the Pacific and the Indian Oceans practically 12 months of the year. And that sort of new knowledge of the oceans is contributing to a much greater understanding of this large area of our planet. But it's still probably true to say that our maps of the moon's surface are better than our maps of the ocean floors. When you watch this hour, you might like to remember one of the geological cliches, and that is that gases and liquids forget, but rocks remember.
The direct formation of minerals from the seawater itself. The most common of these chemical sediments are manganese nodules. First discovered by the Challenger, these rock-like balls and slabs contain a generous proportion of manganese, as well as nickel, copper, and cobalt. Commodities which, by the turn of the century, will be in very short supply from continental deposits. These sedimentary lumps have occasionally formed around whalebone or shark's teeth. Manganese nodules have yet to be fully commercially mined. The cost of developing deep-sea mining techniques is astronomical. But facing diminishing resources, mining technology is moving beyond the discussion stage. It is an irony that some believe we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the surface of the deep sea floor. The abyssal world hasn't fully submitted to man's exploring eye or his eternal quest for treasure. Optimistic predictions are often heard of man exploiting the sea for its unlimited riches. In fact, we are now witnessing a great leap forward in ocean technology. And it appears to be only a beginning.
Yeah, but I only take 25 days.
You're taking 25 days?
We're only taking 1 day.
Oh no, it's just navigation.
Oh, we've gone too far.